Hi folks, so in this video what we're going to be doing is we're going to be focusing on the neck portion of the lamp here. So in the previous video we did the base, the grip, and then we did the switch. And in this video what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the neck here, which is this metallic part here which is going up vertical, and then we kind of have the gooseneck part here which obviously has the function to bend. Okay, and we're going to finish up here at the top portion before in the next video we move focus on the lampshade and the bulb. So to start off here, what I want to do is I'm just going to recognize that the neck doesn't start directly in the center, it's a little bit behind the center. So I'm going to start off by doing a sketch once again on the top plane. Okay, I'm just going to use the plane here as my guide. So I'm going to select the top plane and sketch, and straight away I'm going to get a circle. Now from the origin, I'm going to hover over the origin and use it as a guide because I want to be in line with the origin but just above it. It's going to go to about here, I think. Draw a circle. Now straight away, I'm going to smart dimension that circle. I'm going to give it a dimension. I'm going to go with 20. And the next thing I'm going to do is I want to define that. So easiest way I think to do this is if you select the center point and if you hold down Control and select the origin, and then you click on vertical. Okay, and the next thing we're going to do is smart dimension from the center point of the circle to the origin, and we're going to call that, we'll go with 37.5, happy medium. Okay, now we're going to do, as you can see with the sketch, I think it's a little bit big actually, I'll go 35, I think actually be better. Now what we're going to do, you can see the sketch there. What we're going to do is we're going to extrude that. Now I don't want to extrude it from here. I was just using that there as a guide for the sketch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go click on features and extrude. Extrude past base. Now instead of mid plane, make sure it says blind for direction 1. We're not taking direction 2. And we're going to set the distance here to 200. Now notice how that sketch, it gets extruded from the ground up. I don't want it to be interfering with the plastic portion, the grip part, okay, the kind of the grippy base. So what I want to do is I only want to kind of have this kind of cutting into the metal portion. So what you can do is, you see where it says here for the intersection under from. If you come over here and you select where it says sketch plane, I want you to click on, it is going to be offset. Now, if we click on offset and we set a distance of, let's say, 10 millimeters, what that means is the sketch, even though the sketch is on the top plane, it will not start to extrude until it is 10 millimeters above the top plane. That is by creating an offset. Now, I think I'll go a little bit higher than 10. I'm going to go 15 and we'll see what that looks like. There we go. That's 15 millimeters above the top plane before it starts. And then from there, it goes up as far as 200. And now from there, once again, I'm going to click on the green arrow before I do it. Before I do that, I want this to be a separate body from the base part. So I'm going to untick merge results and click on the green arrow. Okay, now in a minute, we will indent that in, but that is just the first portion of our lamp shade, okay, or so I should say lamp neck. So we've done this little metallic portion. Now I needed to taper in at the top here, okay? So how am I going to do that? Now I think the easiest way to do that is by creating a chamfer, okay? So if you select under in features, if you select where it says fillet, and you select the word chamfer, all we're going to do is we're going to set a distance. Actually, I'll set the chamfer at 1 degree or 1 millimeter distance, but I'm going to change the angle here to 80 degrees. And we'll see what this looks like. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this top edge, and I probably set it the wrong way, flip direction. Yeah, you can see there, that's kind of a little bit better. Now, I probably have to set it to maybe 90, not 90, we'll go 85. That's getting a little bit better. I don't think 90 will work. No. We'll go, yeah, we'll go 85. But we'll set the distance a little bit greater. Oh, not 11, sorry, about 2. That's looking a little bit better. And we'll go a little bit more again. We'll even go 2.5. A little bit sharp there. Once again, this is just kind of giving you, make sure full preview is selected. If you have no preview, it won't show it. So full preview is the one you want. I'll go with two there. And I'll increase this up to 89. No, that's far too much. Maybe even 88. That looks a little bit more like it. Might decrease the size to 1.5. There we go. So there, I think that looks appropriate there now. I'm just going to go back to the picture. Yeah, you can see the way there's a little taper. It's probably a little bit big actually. So I'll go 1.25. That looks about right. 88 degrees. Might even go 87. No, 88 is fine. Okay, that's just kind of what I think works for me. I'm going to click on the green arrow to accept. And there's our little taper at the top. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a sweep. Okay, so to do the sweep, what we're going to do is I'm going to select this surface to sketch on, click on sketch, and I'm going to get a circle. I'm going to go into the midpoint here of this section here. Hover over the arc at the edge side and you can find the center point. Click, and I'm going to smart dimension. Now I could have done offset, but I'm just going to do the circle. The reason being is because I want it to be, I want to have control over the size of it. So 15, let's see what 16 looks like. Yeah, I think 16 is okay. Just going to check the image again. About 16 I think is absolutely fine. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to exit that sketch. And there's the sketch. You can see it active sitting on the top of it. Now on the right plane, we're going to do another sketch. So select right plane and select sketch. Now all I'm going to do here is I'm going to get a line. And I want that line to start here at this point. It's going to go up vertical. Smart dimension that. I'm going to make it 100 long, or 100 in height, I should say. And then looking at it here, there's a slight. Now I went up a little bit. I'll actually go up less and then start to arch it instead. Apologies. So we'll go up only like 30, I'd say. And now what we're going to do is we're going to get a 3-point arc. I'm going to click on this top point over to about maybe here. Try and make an arc something like that. Now the first thing with this arc is I'm going to select the arc and hold down Control, CTRL, and click on the line, and then select tangent. Now they are now tangential. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to smart dimension the arc, and I'm going to say 140. I'm just going with a round number that's close to it. And to fully define it, I'm going to click on this point here, and I'm going to select the origin, and saying 371.4. I'm going to go with 360. Okay, and that'll help us make the kind of lamp portion then. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit that sketch. It's fully defined. And what we're going to do now is a sweep. Now the sweep is helpful because we're going to use the circle, sketch, profile, and then the line here with this guy as the path. So to do that, I'm going to go to Features, Swept Boss Base, and then you can see here where it says Sketch Profile. I can either go into the arrow here and select Sketch 9, or I could just select it from over here if it's visible. I'm going to select it from here though, and then the path is Sketch 10. And there we go. And now I'm going to merge this. I'm going to untick auto select, but I want this to be part of just this guy here. So click on this guy and click the green arrow. Okay, and that there is the starting of the portion of the neck. Now the next part of the neck, we want to create these little ridges here just to give the gooseneck effect. So to do that, we're going to do a sketch on the right plane once again and select sketch. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to get a center point rectangle. Now all I'm going to do, sorry, I should have started, apologies, with a center line. I want to go into the midpoint here and I want to do a line up like that. Press escape to deactivate it. Smart dimension the height of that line. I'm going to say it is 3. And then from there, I'm now going to get a center point rectangle. Click on the top of that construction line. Do a line like that. I need to smart dimension that line now. I'm going to say 20. And I'm going to say the height of the rectangle is, we'll go with a 2. Let's see what 2 looks like. Yeah, I think 2 is okay. Now what I want to do is, you can see that sketch is in the middle. I'm going to do a split line, which we've done previously. So I'm going to go to Features. I'm going to go over here to the Curves word and select Split Line. And this time, I'm just going to select the surface. Okay, click the surface I wanted to split line. Do not click single direction. And I'm going to click on the green arrow. And there we go. Now, there's a little bit of line here, but to get rid of that little shaded part, if it comes up in yours, if you click anywhere over here in the design tree, it'll go away. And there we have it. You can see the line that we've created. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make a surface out of that once again. Select surfaces, select offset surface, set the distance to 0, and select the ridge around it. Click on the green arrow to accept. Now we're going to thicken that. I'm going to thicken it by 1 millimeter, and I need to thicken outwards. Now 1 is one a bit big. Might go 0.5. We'll see what 0.5 looks like. I'll go a little bit bigger. I'll go happy medium 0.75. And click on the green arrow to accept. Merge result, absolutely fine. Sorry, untick auto select and select this part of the body and click the green arrow to accept. Okay, and there we have it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to try and pattern that along the face here. So to pattern that along, we're going to use what's called a curve driven pattern. So if you select features, we're going to go over here to where it says linear pattern, click on the drop down arrow and select curve driven pattern. Now the direction, very important here, I want the line that was helping to make the sweep. So to select that, if I click on the arrow here, find the sweep where it says sweep 1 in this case, click on the arrow there, and the one I want is not the circle, but that line there. And that's the path I wanted to follow. Now, the number 81 is probably a little bit big. We'll just go with 10 for now. The spacing is far too big. I would like the spacing to be somewhere around 3 millimeters, I'm assuming. And then all we're going to do is we're going to select, just checking here, I'm going to untick features and faces. So what we'll do actually, sorry, we will tick features and faces, apologies. Make sure offset curve is a tangent curve. We'll figure this out in a second. Features and face, sometimes I have to just kind of play around with it just to get the right kind of method. Split line's fine, surface offset is fine. All I want is to thicken. So if I select thicken, it's gone in there. And notice how it's after going down. I want to flip my direction and it's gone up. Now, what that has done is has done 10. Now, they're probably a bit close, so I need greater than 3. I'm going to go up to 4 millimeters. I think that's a much better spacing. I think that's much better. Let's see what 5 looks like if it's too wide. Going back to the picture. I know, I think we'll go happy medium 4.5. There we go. Now, all we're going to do from this point, just going to put on that view there. All I'm going to do from this point is I'm going to up the number here, 11, 12, and I keep going. And you can see it's going tangential with the curve there. Very, very helpful. So offset curve, tangent to curve, happy days. And we keep going till we almost get to the end. That's the last one I could do, 37. 30, yeah, 36 is my number, apologies. Now, all I'm going to do here is full preview is on. I'm happy with that. Make sure these guys are selected. So geometry pattern and full preview, propagate visual properties, that's fine. Click on the green arrow to accept. And there we go. We have now created our ridges. We still have our 4 bodies. Body number 1 is the grippy bit at the bottom. Then we've got the metal base, we've got the switch, and now we have created the neck. And we've created the neck with a little gooseneck pattern. Now the last bit before I finish this video, we're just going to add on a little section here. We're not going to put this little ridgy bit on it until the next video, but we're going to add on this little section here. Okay, so that's just a little extrusion. So the easiest way to do that is going in here. I'm going to select this top surface here and click sketch. So I'm looking straight at it. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click offset entities, set the distance here to, we'll try 2 first, select the top surface. Yeah, I think 2 is quite appropriate, and click on the green arrow to accept. There's our green, our little surface at the top. And what we're going to do is we're going to extrude that a certain distance. So to start extruding that, I'm going to go features, extrude boss base. And you can see the distance is coming out as far too large at the moment. So blind is fine, but set the distance here to something like 30. It's probably even a little bit long. We'll go 20. That's a bit better. And what you can also do here is you can set what's called a draft angle. Okay, so if I click on this guy and then we increase the degree, you can see there, look what's happened to it there. Now I don't want it to go in that direction. So I'm going to set the distance there to 1, but instead of drafting inward, I'm going to draft it outward. And I want it to go maybe, you can see here it's going outward there, something like that. Will I go 5 degrees? Just going to see the 5 degrees is a little bit too prominent. I'm going to go back to, 2 degrees. And you can see there's a slight draft angle there, which is very, very helpful. Once again, I'm going to click on, merge result is fine. Okay, draft outwards, that's absolutely fine. Select the contour, sorry here now. Merge result is selected, sorry, apologies. Untick auto select and just make sure that this one is selected and click on the green arrow to accept. And there we have it. There is the starting of our goose neck. Okay, in the next video, what we're going to do is we're going to work on the lampshade and the bulb. Okay, so that's the second video done. What we would do now at this point is you would go File and you would go Save. And because you have saved it previously, it should automatically save. If you don't want to just click Save, you can also select Save As. And you can see where the project was previously. Click on that. And if you click Save Now, it'll ask you, do you want to replace it? You click Yes, because you have made some changes which have now updated our model. Now, one little step, okay, that I forgot to do, apologies for that, in this video, is the indent. I would like to cut the shape of the neck into the body. If I right click on this part here, there is no hole in there for the neck. So to create that hole, we're going to use an indent tool. Click on the indent tool or type it in. The target body is this guy and the tool body is the neck. And then when that is then selected, this will take a second here now. Computer's just working hard. And now when that has been selected, select cut. You can see it's cutting it into it. Instead of 0.25, set the distance here to 0 and click the green arrow to accept. And now if I go over here and right click on this section and click isolate, I've now got a hole for that part. Okay, exit your isolate. And once again, all we're going to do is we're going to save our progress. So go up here, File, and you can select Save. Okay, so that's it there, guys. That there is the neck portion of this video. I hope you found it helpful.